Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and does sound-o-matic make a difference in your car? Let's find out. All right, y'all, let's talk about this a little bit, and this is after I've done a full Stage 2 install of Soundskins products into my G87 M2. Now, road noise sucks. There's no way around it. I mean, you can appreciate the sound of your car and your exhaust and your intake and all of those sort of things, but road noise, other cars, your tire hiss, all of that, that's not fun. That's not a great part of your car. Plus, it can be really exhausting over long drives. In addition, all that road noise will drown out your stereo. So even if you've done speaker upgrades like I have in my car, it's not as good as it could be. So I want to walk you through a comparison of what the OEM Stage 1 and Stage 2 setup is like in this particular car, like I've done in previous vehicles. I want to show you the differences that doing this kit can make in your car. Now, I really like it already, to give you a little bit of foreshadowing, and it really does make a big difference. But I'm going to walk you through all three steps. So let's go ahead and jump into the car for the OEM measurement. All right, y'all, so here in the car, what we want to get is a good baseline of what the car sounds like OEM. Now, I'm on a pretty typical decent freeway right now, or decent highway. I still have my OEM tires on because your tires will have a dramatic effect on the sound of your car, right? Because of how much tire noise you get. But all of my measurements I want to take from the same location. So as we go through all three, stock, Stage 1 and Stage 2, they're all going to be from the same section of road, the same day, and roughly with hopefully about the same amount of traffic. As you can see, cars going by here, right? So as we go through this, what we want to do is we want to get a good baseline of what the average sound is here in the car. Now, this is also efficient mode in a BMW, so I don't have any active sound, being piped in through the stereo system. All right, so we're going to get up here, and we're going to get on the same stretch of road for all three measurements. We're going to take a look at what this sounds like. All right, guys, let's take a look here. Obviously, I won't be talking while taking measurements, but let's take a look. All right, so pretty consistently in the mid-70s, so I'm seeing 73 to 75, with 75 being the most common. As cars go by, it can go upwards of 78 to 80, so it does make quite a bit of difference in noise coming through the doors. But for a baseline, that gives us, I'd say, probably 74, 75 decibels as our baseline for what the OEM setup is like in this car. All right, guys, so here we are on the same stretch of road. I'm going to stop talking here so I don't overwhelm my meter. We're going to get over this bump right here, which is where we measured before. So here we go. All right, guys, so we're looking at probably an average of about 74. Now, what I did notice before is we hit 80 decibels when we went over that bump, that little bridge last time, and this time we hit about 78. So it took about 2 decibels off that. I would say we're probably somewhere between 1.5 and 2 decibels down on average. So before we were about 75, now we're right about 75 and some change. Now we're about 74. So the doors have made a little bit of difference. Now what I notice actually is a couple of things. So first of all, road noise is now significantly more noticeable, instead of just ambient all the way around me, is now by my feet and behind me. So the doors are definitely isolating off road noise quite a bit. Now the other thing is my door speakers definitely are more clear. So I had my stereo on before I started measuring, and I noticed that my door speakers sound much richer than they were before. So I didn't expect Stage 1 to make a tremendous difference because so much road noise comes through the floor and the rear of the car, but it definitely is making, like I said, maybe a 1.5-ish on average decibels, and cut about 2 decibels off the high peak for sure. So definitely some improvement there. I also like the improvement to the stereo as well. All right, so let's get back and let's check out Stage 2. All right, y'all, so Stage 2 is now completely done. We're back out on the road, and we're gonna test out back out here in the same section of road. Now, We might have a little bit of additional noise today. It is a little bit of spitty rain, but it's the best I can do given the circumstances. But all in all, the road's dry, so the conditions are about the same. Traffic conditions are about the same. So we're gonna get set up here in the same section up ahead, and we're gonna check out the difference that Stage 2 made. All right, guys, not bad. So I'm seeing as low as about 71 with my highs in high 79s. So we're still looking at a little bit of shift in the high threshold values as we go over some of these bumps, a little bit rougher spots in the road when that car went by. And I'm seeing, like I said, my low is about 71, which I didn't even come close to in either OEM setup or with the Stage 1 setup. I think my low there is around 73. So the lows you've seen come down by as much as about 4 decibels. So I'm gonna guess that our median decibel range is about the same, but it's taken the low values and brought them down quite a bit, and it's brought the high decibels again down by another couple of values. So I think our average is probably down about 4 total from the original OEM setup between the Stage 1 and now the Stage 2. I think our averages are down about 4. So we had 2 with the Stage 2, and now we're about an additional 2. So about 4 total on average. But I'm actually seeing the biggest delta between the highs and lows. All right, let's head back. All right, y'all, back and all done, and you can see the result of doing this work of my Soundskins Stage 1 and Stage 2 in this car. Now, I found with the Stage 1 that it reduced average decibels in the car by about 2, and then the Stage 2 did the same. It dropped the averages by about 2, but I also did notice that the lows and highs were significantly down as well. So this really does make a measurable difference. Now, the one thing my little simplistic sound gauge won't do was measure frequency, right? And that's one thing that I really noticed, especially taking the car back out on the Stage 2 to take the measurements. That higher pitch hiss, that kind of white noise, is significantly less. I also find that it doesn't seem to affect my exhaust really at all. I mean, we all love exhaust, well, I do. And that lower noise out of the exhaust doesn't seem to be negatively affected by this change. Now, in addition, this will dramatically improve your sound system as you lower that sound floor in your car. Your sound system is going to sound better, especially if you have an upgraded system. So I hope this was of value to you. You make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out my install DIYs as well if you'd like to do similar work. I've done multiple cars, including now, of course, this M2. Thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it. Please make sure to click like and subscribe. It makes a big difference to my channel, and I would truly appreciate it if you did so. In addition, that'll get you notifications of upcoming videos, DIYs, events, you name it. Lots of things are coming. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on my next project.